Give me a minute. I want to respond to this post by my good friend Rui, but who I think is suffering from a misapprehension here. According to this post, the USA purchased Indian petroleum products made from Russian raw materials for 1.3 billion. Yeah, we did. I'm sure we did. I'm sure there's more than that. Quite a bit more, actually. I'm sure that this is an understatement. Now, but hold on a second. Does that make us hypocrites? Is that a problem? What is the reality of the situation? We all want to live in an ideal world where we don't have to buy Russian oil, right? But the Russians are one of the largest producers of oil on the planet. So what did we do? So that we don't drive the whole world into recession, which this war is threatening to do as China and Germany cross that threshold this past month. We set a price cap so that the Russians don't make any money on their oil, right? The Indians buy the oil at anywhere from $57 to $62 a barrel, right around the price cap, virtually ensuring that the Russians are just about breaking even and they're not really making money to fund their war effort. Then the Indians have a cheap source of oil, and the Indians can turn it into gasoline and kerosene and refined oil products like diesel, and then sell it to us and keep the prices on the international market down and help to keep the world from tipping into recession. That's the reality of the economics of a world oil market. It's not hypocrisy. And most importantly, it's not the Russians making the money. It's the Indians. And India could use a couple more bucks, that's for sure. Let's not forget, the Indians are doing us a double service here. Not only are they getting the oil cheap and then helping to stabilize world economic activity and the prices, but more importantly, they're forcing the Russians to take the payment in rupees, which the Russians can't do anything with. And so you have all these rupees accumulating in the Indian banks, in the Russian accounts, that are just sitting there doing nothing. I mean, it's not a currency that gets traded broadly. And then, of course, there's the reality that Russian oil sales to India have recently collapsed. They've collapsed because the financing and much of the money management was done through the UAE banks. And the UAE has stopped doing business with Russia because they're afraid of secondary sanctions. They're afraid that if they let a deal go through that didn't abide by the price cap, they're suddenly going to find themselves sanctioned by the US. So, Rui, I don't know what to tell you, babe. This is real life. This is the world economy we're talking about. And we're talking about banning the products of one of the largest producers in the world. If we did that outright, we'd all be in trouble economically. But by doing it this way, putting the screws to Russia, keeping the price down that anybody can pay them, and then letting that cheap oil go to third countries like China and India and Brazil, where they can refine it and then sell the refined products to us at a discount, keeping the prices down. It's a win all the way around, babe. It's not hypocrisy. It's reality. That's my 2 cents.